Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty the Sultan and His Excellency the Turkish President review at official session of talks in Al Alam Palace the good historical ties, cooperation, relations and partnership between both countries. An official reception ceremony is held for His Excellency the Turkish President at Al Alam Palace. And His Majesty the Sultan leads the welcoming ceremony for His Excellency the Turkish President upon his arrival in the Sultanate of Oman for a two-day state visit. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq and His Excellency President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, President of the Republic of Turkey, held a session of talks at Al Alam Palace. At the beginning of the session, His Majesty renewed his welcome to His Excellency the President and his accompanying delegation, while His Excellency the President expressed his sincere thanks and appreciation to His Majesty the Sultan for the warm welcome and generous hospitality. During the session, the two sides reviewed the strong historical ties, cooperation and partnership between the two friendly countries and the opportunities available to enhance them to serve the interest of the two friendly peoples. A number of regional and international issues of common concern were also discussed. The session was attended from the Omani side by His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan. His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for Defense Affairs. His Highness Sayyid Yazin bin Haytham Al Said, Minister of Culture, Sports and Youth. His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of the Royal Court. His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad Al Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office. His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior. His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister. His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al Habsi, Minister of Finance. His Excellency Dr. Hamad bin Saeed Al Aufi, Head of the Private Office. His Excellency Abdus Salam bin Muhammad Al Murshidi, Chairman of Oman Investments Authority. His Excellency Qais bin Muhammad Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investments Promotion. His Excellency Saif bin Rashid Al Jahwari, Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the Republic of Turkey. From the Turkish side, the session was attended by Najmuddin Bilal Erdogan, son of His Excellency the President. His Excellency Hakan Fidan, Minister of Foreign Affairs. His Excellency Alparslan Bayraktar, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources. His Excellency Yasser Guler, Minister of National Defense. His Excellency Mohammed Fatih Kajer, Minister of Industry and Technology. His Excellency Umar Polat, Minister of Trade. His Excellency Mohammed Hakim Oglu, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to the Sultanate of Oman, and a number of officials. An official reception ceremony was held for His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, President of the Republic of Turkey. Prior to the arrival of motorcade at Al Alam Palace, a group of horsemen and military bands lined up on both sides of the road leading to the palace gate. When the motorcade of the two leaders arrived at the entrance of Al Alam Palace, they artillery fired a 21-gun salute to His Excellency the guest. Then the music of the Royal Guard of Oman was played while trumpets were blown when the procession reached the palace square. Then His Majesty the Sultan accompanied His Excellency the Turkish President to the podium where the Turkish national anthem was played.
السلام الوطني لجمهورية تركيا. سلام قف.
After that, His Majesty shook hands with the official delegation accompanying His Excellency the Turkish President, while His Excellency the Turkish President also shook hands with those who received him from the Omani side. A number of their Highnesses, their Excellencies and military commanders were at the reception ceremony. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Turkey was accompanied by an official delegation including Najmuddin Bilal Erdogan, son of His Excellency the President, His Excellency Hakan Fidan, Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Alparslan Bayraktar, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, His Excellency Yasser Guler, Minister of National Defense, His Excellency Mohammed Fatih Kajar, Minister of Industry and Technology, His Excellency Umar Polat, Minister of Trade, His Excellency Mohammed Hakim Oglu, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to the Sultanate of Oman. His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan of the Republic of Turkey and his spouse, Mrs. Amina Erdogan, arrived this evening in the Sultanate of Oman on a two-day official visit. His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq led the welcoming ceremony, receiving His Excellency the guest and his accompanying delegation upon their arrival at the Royal Airport, wishing him and the accompanying delegation a pleasant stay in the Sultanate of Oman. Her Highness the Honourable Lady, spouse of His Majesty the Sultan, was also at the reception and welcoming of His Excellency the Turkish President and his spouse. The main jet carrying His Excellency the guest was accompanied upon entering the airspace of the Sultanate of Oman by a squadron of military aircraft from the Royal Air Force of Oman until its arrival at the Royal Airport, welcoming the visit of the honourable guest. Along with His Majesty the Sultan, the Turkish President was also received by His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Said, Deputy Prime Minister for Defence Affairs, His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of the Royal Court, His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal Al Busaidi, Minister of Interior, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Foreign Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shaybani, Minister of Education, His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed al-Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investments Promotion, Head of Mission of Honor, His Excellency Saif bin Rashid al-Jahwari, Ambassador of the Sultanate of Oman to the Republic of Turkey, His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Hakim Oglu, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkey to the Sultanate of Oman, and members of Mission of Honor and a number of members of the Turkish Embassy in Muscat. After that, His Majesty the Sultan and His Excellency the Turkish President headed to the hall, passing between two columns of guards of honor from the Royal Guard of Oman. After a short rest, the motorcade of His Majesty the Sultan and His Excellency the Turkish President left the Royal Airport, heading to the Al Alam Palace for an official reception ceremony. The Royal Academy of Management launched the first interactive workshop of the One Team initiative. This initiative comes within the framework of developing a mindset that creates impact in government work and focuses on the pivotal role of the civil service. 5,000 employees from 19 government units will participate in the initiative in its first year. The workshops have been designated as intellectual spaces aimed at achieving harmony between personal and institutional goals and enhancing awareness of the true impact of the employee's role within their organization and the impact of their job on the government and society. The Minister of Endowments and Religious Affairs organized the second edition of the Hajj and Umrah Conference and exhibition with the wide participation from local and international government and private entities. The conference reviewed the significant digital development in the Omani Hajj system. The conference witnessed the signing of new memoranda of understanding and cooperation between government institutions and specialized companies. The event was held under the auspices of His Excellency Engineer Saeed bin Hamud Al Ma'wali, Minister of Transport, Communications and Information Technology. The Sultanate of Oman participated in the 16th United Nations Ministerial Conference on Trade and Development UNCTAD held in Geneva, Switzerland. The conference discussed the most prominent economic issues affecting developing and least developed countries, and its outcomes constitute a roadmap for the organization's work over the next 4 years. The Sultanate of Oman's delegation was headed by His Excellency Qais bin Mohammed Al Yusuf, Minister of Commerce, Industry and Investments Promotion. His Excellency expressed the Sultanate of Oman's aspiration to enhance its cooperation with UNCTAD in the areas of capacity building, supporting innovation and entrepreneurship, and developing trade and investments policies. Mahas Industrial City in the Wilaya of Khasab signed an investments agreement with Musandam Global Investments Company to establish the Mahas Construction Materials Manufacturing Complex at an investments cost of 4 million Omani Riyals. The projects will include a precast concrete block facility, an asphalt production facility, a brick production facility, and other production units. The signing ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Sayyid Ibrahim bin Saeed Al Busaidi, Governor of Musandam. At the National Museum of Oman, a remarkable exhibition invites visitors to pause and reflect reflections of the not so distant past of Oman by photographer Eugene H. Johnson. The exhibition was held under the auspices of His Excellency Sayyid Saud bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Governor of Muscat. Here is a full report on that.
Here at the National Museum, time seems to stand still. On these walls hang 60 portraits, quiet faces, timeless eyes, captured by the talented photographer Eugene Johnson. His exhibition, Reflections from the Not-So-Distant Past in Oman, takes us back to a world before 1970, where every wrinkle, every glimpse tells a story of who we were and how far we've come. Johnson's lifelong passion began in 1973, when his father gave him his first camera. From that moment, he saw the world differently, not through the lens of science, but through the soul of humanity.
As I have photographed and done oral documentation of people in many different parts of the world, I felt it would be imperative to undertake a project that allowed me to relate the stories of elders of Oman so that people would have an appreciation for what this country was, so that they would have a basis for understanding the progress that the Sultanate of Oman has made.
In Reflections of the Not-So-Distant Past of Oman, Johnson turns his lens toward the Sultanate, preserving the faces and stories of its people before they fade into memory.
Much more important than preserving the faces is preserving the stories. Why? Because it is part of your history. And a man without the knowledge of his history is like a tree without roots. Yep? So you do not want someone to come and write your history for you. Yeah? Let the people, this project was the opportunity for Omanis to write their own stories. I served as a vehicle. I listened to the stories, and my job as an oral historian is to put these stories into historical, lyrical content.
Faces frozen in time, these portraits held the attention of visitors from across the world, as if each face told a story they couldn't look away from.
It's quite amazing. Why? Because we can get a different representation of Oman through, these portrait pictures of individuals. Even we can see the peoples in the pictures from earlier history of Oman. But even these pictures draw a different picture of Oman what we can see nowadays.
In this exhibition, each portrait is more than just an image. It is a dialogue between the past and the present, a reminder of how swiftly time moves and how art can hold it still just for a moment. Ruqayya Rashid Al-Khdairi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
Thank you, Ruqayya, with that remarkable exhibition there. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty the Sultan and His Excellency the Turkish President reviewed at official session of talks in Al Alam Palace the good historical ties, cooperation relations and partnership between both countries. An official reception ceremony is held for His Excellency the Turkish President at Al Alam Palace. And His Majesty the Sultan leads the welcoming ceremony for His Excellency the Turkish President upon his arrival in the Sultanate of Oman for a 2-day state visit. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin. Thank you for joining us, and good night.